All right, we definitely have a couple people still coming into the room. I will give it one more minute before we get started with tonight's presentation. Thank you again for joining us. As a matter of fact, to the point of introducing ourselves and waiting, we'll just go ahead and tell everybody welcome now. Thank you all so much, CBAC, for joining us this evening. While we're waiting and getting everyone in the chat, please go ahead and share your name, your location, as well as your graduation year so that we can go ahead and begin to build that camaraderie that is the Clemson Black Alumni Council. So we want people to share. Go ahead and start making those connections and letting people know where you are. And let's kick off the new year getting to know some of our people with our same graduation years and locations, as well as, um, you know, crossing generations as well. And we do have about 50 people. We actually had over 100 registrants. So tonight could be a very full call. Welcome in. Thank you all for joining. All righty. Well, the time is now 7:07. For those who just were admitted into the chat, thank you so much for joining. Tonight, we're excited to welcome you to our virtual meet and greet. And at this time, as you're coming in, we want to welcome everybody to join the chat, share their name, their locations, as well as their graduation year so that we can begin to build some camaraderie. Happy New Year, everyone. And these people are calling in now as soon as I'm saying all of this. So please follow suit, join in, share your name and your location, and we're excited to have all of you here. Who am I? My name's Kiana. I'm actually a Clemson graduate, class 2012. My degree was in business management with the HR concentration. And to know a little bit about me, a fun fact is that I just recently realized I'm the fourth Miss Cross High School that attended Clemson University, which is interesting. I had two cousins that attended Clemson, so that is a part of my Clemson legacy. If you are familiar with Bridget Broughton or Anita Smalls or Vanessa Howell, all of those young women went to Cross High School, the great, and also attended Clemson University. Each one of our board members are going to also present and share a small fun fact about themselves so that you can get to know each one of us tonight. But tonight is all about building relationships and getting to engage with you all. So we have a short but packed agenda with lots of information for each one of you. And we're going to kick it off with our president's welcome, followed by information from our membership committee. And then you'll have an opportunity to learn from each one of our engagement committees. So we have an alumni engagement committee, as well as a student engagement committee, our student and athlete engagement committee. Sorry, somebody's joining in. And then we talk a little bit about what area representatives look like and that recruitment strategy, and our community service committee. Followed by those presentations, we'll have the questions that you submitted when you registered for tonight's event. We've gone ahead, answered those, and at the end of the presentation, we're actually going to send over those responses to you all, along with all of our contact information. So if you're following along, you'll get to write down notes as well, but we will be sending some information back to you so that you don't have to look for it, as well as the slides from tonight. And then we'll conclude with remarks and adjournment. And for those who are just joining in that I let in, please feel free to go ahead, share your name, your location, as well as your graduation year in the chat. And welcome to the CBAC Meet and Greet virtual event. So we're going to kick tonight's meeting off with a welcome by none other than our president, Ms. Kelly Whitaker.
Muting. There we go. Sorry, I was muted. Good evening. Kelly Whitaker here, class of 1990, and major industrial management with a concentration in management information systems. And a couple of fun facts about me is that I currently work for the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill, but I live in Walterboro, South
Hey,
Carolina.
I got it. Message received.
And so, And I also am the executive director of a new nonprofit, Low Country Community Resource Center, also located in Walterboro. So in tonight's call, we wanted to make sure that we are very intentional, very strategic in what we present. We want you to be able to walk away this evening with how we are structured and how our committees work together. Number, like Kiana mentioned, we'll talk about our key committee programs and the initiatives for the year. We definitely have more planned other than homecoming. A lot of you have been asking about that. And then finally, where we need the most help and where you can use your skills, interest, and passion in a way that's most meaningful for you. So at the end of this session this evening, you will hopefully have a better understanding of who we are, what we do, what our direction is, and how you can use your time and talents to help us get there. And finally, how can you be involved and in what way? Again, we are excited to have you here this evening. The next slide, I believe, talks about our how we're structured. So if you look at this, this looks like a lot of people, right? Probably also looks a little complicated, but it actually isn't. This structure is absolutely necessary in order for us to be able to accomplish all of the goals that we have for our organization. We have an executive team, which is made up of our treasurer, two VPs, and our secretary. We currently have two openings that we hope to be filling pretty soon. And if you also notice, all of our executive team actually oversee or work with or guide or mentor all of the committee chairs. And this structure is needed, we think, so that we can make sure that we're all in alignment, we're all being strategic, and everything that we do throughout the year is in alignment with our stated goals and objectives. So if you can notice, this is what we needed. CBAC needs this. And also on the next slide, let me say this. That org chart will be available along with all the other slides. So you don't have to worry about taking a lot of notes, but we will have this available for you as well after the call is over. This is a list of all of our board members. Currently, we have, I believe, 27 board members and that's excluding the two openings that we have. And again, it sounds like it's a lot of people, but guess what? We need these folks plus more to be able to get all of the goals and objectives that we set forth for ourselves for the upcoming year. And this is the end of my section. Thank you again. And feel free to reach out to all of us as you need to get more information. And again, thanks for your time this evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kelly. And a lot of you may know Kelly already from maybe one of her previous presidencies, but I just want to give her a round of applause for leading the charge that is CBAC. If you want to put your reactions in there. Thank you, Kelly. And thank you for kicking off the call with the president's welcome. So at this time, we're going to actually go into the woman who put this entire call together, which, excuse me, I jumped too far ahead. However, another incredible woman, my sorority sister, we're going to welcome Miss Wendy Coleman Blue, who is one of the co-chairs for our membership committee. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? We hope that you are all doing well. I'm gonna need you to reset my clock, Miss Kiana. Oh, I don't need that long. All right. So as Kiana said, my name is Wendy Coleman Blue. You see that I am a 1991 graduate of Clemson University, majoring in electrical engineering from the big county. And we would like to say we're from DC, which stands for Dillon County. I know Chad Baycoat would deliberate with me and say DC stands for Darlington County, but nonetheless, fun fact about me is I am the mother of twin daughters, and I am the oldest child and only girl out of three children. So when I found out that I was having girls, everybody who knew me laughed and said, "Oh, what you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't know." But we made it. We made it. They are now 25 and everybody's still alive, me and them. So next slide, please. So I am here to talk to you about the purpose and the function of the membership committee. And what we really are trying to do is develop a database, develop uh, a consistent place, knowing who we all are. Now, I know you all would say, well, why can't we get that from the Alumni Center? Well, you would have to give them permission to release your information to us. None of the other alumni organizations gets them information directly. So it is better for us to be able to gather and garner our information from you, the members of our Clemson Black alumni community. So we are focused on making sure that we know who all the members are, how we can serve you, how we can engage with you, and helping you to figure out ways in which you can leverage sharing who you are and what you experienced at Clemson with fellow alums, as well as the generations that are yet to follow us. What I didn't address is that what is it to be an alumni member? Now, we are told that by the Alumni Association that to be considered an alum, you have to have received your degree from the university. However, to be able to participate in any of the Alumni Association uh, constituency groups. That can be parents, that can be people who attended Clemson, that can be people that are fans and from the community, from my understanding. So participating in our Alumni Association organizations is not just limited to individuals who actually achieve degrees. And so we would be one of those constituency organizations. Next slide. Now, what we are trying to do as a membership committee, establishing footing and grounding so that we have clean records going forward, is to develop that database. So we will be sending a survey out, and we will probably be sending out a survey at least annually so that we can make sure that the information that we have is accurate, that we're not missing anybody who wants to be known and found and seen and participate, or at least have access to information as it pertains to being a member of the Clemson Black alumni community. Now, and council. What I will say is that currently we do not charge a fee. Can you go back, Kiana? We do not charge a fee. Now, that may change in the future, but currently there is no membership dues. There are no membership dues that are associated with being a member of the Clemson Black Alumni Council at this time. But as we are able to increase the value and determine what the things are that we want to accomplish as a body, that may change over time. Because as the value proposition of who we are and what we do changes, then that will probably come with some financial commitments. We want to be able to help recruit anybody who wants to be a part of this space, that wants to lend their time, talent, and treasure, who wants to lend their service and their experiences, their professional, as well as community and personal experiences. So what we're trying to do again is have a survey to gather all the information so that we know who we're serving and why we're serving you. In addition to that, in that survey, we're also going to be looking to see who are the business owners, who are the ones of us that are part of the Clemson Black alumni community that have businesses that want to be recognized, that want to be in a space in which it allows other members of our community and other spaces to utilize your services, partner with each other. So we will be gathering that in that survey, and that will hopefully allow us to produce the purple pages. And lastly, we hope by the end of this not calendar year, academic year, to be able to deliver a professional development seminar based on the feedback that we received from the constituency in the survey. We would like to be able to offer some type of professional development webinar serving and meeting the needs of the members of our constituency. Call to action. We need to know what you want from us. We need to know how you want us to serve and how you want to serve. How you do that, complete the survey. Again, we will probably be doing one annually so that we can keep our data clean and current. We want to know how you want to engage. We want to know how you want to engage with each other. We want to know how you want to engage with the university. We want to know how you want to engage with the students that are currently on campus, because the reality is they want contact and connection with us. They want us to be more visible on campus. They want us more engaged. And quite frankly, they need us. I work in a space where I work with early career professionals, and the things that we got when we were at Clemson are missing at Clemson. And I can say not just at Clemson, but in all of our academic spaces. The way we were poured into is not happening on university campuses. And so they're coming to the workforce with deficits that we could help close the gaps for if we showed up on campus and showed up in their lives. If you want more information about how to engage with the membership committee, you can reach out to myself or Sonia Balagon, and you can use the membership cbac@gmail.com address.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Wendy. We're going to move along with tonight's presentation. And earlier I was saying the woman who brought us here, you've probably seen her in the video. You've seen her in many ways. She's also in the upstate, so you've probably seen her around. She's a very visible, smiling face. But at this time, we'll welcome our engagement committee chair, Miss Nina Dunlap.
I gotta unmute myself. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? My name is Nina Dunlap. I graduated from Clemson in 2005 with a major in financial management, emphasis in real estate. Fun fact about me is that I participated in an impromptu comedy show in Amsterdam, and which is crazy because I don't even think I am that funny, but the people in Amsterdam feel differently. So, it was me and my then boyfriend, who's now husband. We participated in an impromptu comedy show, and it was fun. Enjoyed the experience, and I would love to do it again. But I thank you all for taking the time to join us today. It is truly a pleasure to connect with one of our CBAC alumni community and share what lies ahead with our CBAC community. And I want to share what lies ahead. Our primary goal of the Alumni Engagement Committee is simple but meaningful: to keep our alumni informed, connected, and actively engaged with CBAC initiatives throughout the upcoming year. We want to move beyond staying in touch and instead foster opportunities for genuine connection, learning, and collaboration. A major focus of our efforts is alumni engagement, and we're excited to introduce several upcoming initiatives designed with you in mind. One of our key initiatives will be quarterly virtual alumni meetings. These meetings will serve as a consistent space for alumni to reconnect, exchange ideas, and participate in relevant, thought-provoking conversations. Each meeting will feature a panel discussion on a range of topics that reflect both personal growth and personal well-being. Some of the topics we are planning to include are mental health, which tentatively is scheduled for April 2026 with our guest speaker, Asa Briggs, CEO of Briggs Psychiatry, who is also a Clemson alum, as well as entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and fitness and wellness. These conversations are intended to be practical, informative, and reflective of the real experiences and expertise within our alumni community. In addition to these meetings, we are excited to continue growing our alumni newsletter, In the Loja. This newsletter is an important way for us to highlight achievements, share updates, and celebrate the success of our alumni. We encourage you all to share any exciting news, milestones, or professional accomplishments so we can share this in our newsletter and upcoming editions. So let's get to our call to action. Next slide, please. We invite alumni, students, to be part of the planning and execution of these initiatives. Your voice, experiences, and perspective matters. For our quarterly meetings, we are actively seeking subject matter experts who are willing to serve as speakers or panelists on the topics that were mentioned. And as this is an opportunity to give back to you, to share your expertise, and to help shape conversations that will benefit the entire CBAC community. Please contact me if you want to participate or help plan any of these quarterly events. I really do need your help plan these events, and we do need speakers. And also submit any good news to the email address listed on the slide for the newsletter. Together, we can build an engaged, informed, and supportive alumni network that continues to strengthen the CBAC for years to come. We look forward to working with you all, and I hope you join us in making these initiatives a great success. Again, I am thankful that everyone has joined the call today. I hope you get some insight on what CBAC does, and I really would love for everyone to be engaged with us. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nina. We appreciate you and all that you do to keep everyone engaged. At this time, we're going to actually welcome up Ashley McCullum, who leads our student engagement committee and is actually in the Clemson area. So take it from here, Ashley.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am delighted that we have so many alumni on this call right now. I feel like this is what it's about. My name is Ashley McCullum. I graduated May 24. I'm probably the youngest person on the board, probably the most recent alum, as I should say. My major was biological sciences with a minor in sign language, so I'm practically fully fluent in sign. And fun fact, I am the first Black woman student body president. I'm blessed to say that. And I'm blessed that Clemson and the Clemson students at that time were able to support me in that regard. And I know that it is definitely a place to be. And I'm continuing my education on getting my master's degree in student affairs. So definitely is a stepping stone for me. But something I want to talk about is our goal, and it's the Student Engagement Committee. And what that looks like is we are trying to aim to foster a strong connection between our students, incoming students, whether that's undergraduate, whether that's graduate, and our alumni, making sure that we have the opportunity to connect with them while they're on campus or transitioning into campus. So we want to be able to make sure we support them in that regard. The cool thing about that is we already had some upcoming initiatives and already some things in place. So currently we already have 10 CBAC undergraduate student ambassadors. So we're currently working with the Graduate Student Association to do so, but we've already got 10, which is great. So we're trying to make sure that we continue to foster that relationship with our current students while they're on campus. And so that leads me to my next programming, which is called the Success Lab. We're trying to make sure that we find areas that we can improve students' experiences, whether that's career, whether that's mentorship. So please feel free, my information will be later down in my slides, but please feel free to reach out to me about that. Mentoring our students while they're on campus, they really need the support, but also just making sure that they can have support beyond once they graduate as well. So speaking of graduation, I would love to talk about donning of the kente. Kiona has some pictures up here. I was able to look back that the earliest donning of the kente celebration was 2019, what I could tell. But donning of the kente, those are just some pictures if you haven't experienced it or haven't seen it before, or if you've been a recipient. But donning of the kente is a celebration for students of color during the end of their academic journey. So they would be wearing those stoles just to represent, it has Gantt on there just to give honor to Harvey and Lucinda Gantt Center. It also has the colors of Clemson. But a kente cloth is to show that we are celebrating and supporting our students as they are continuing on their journey of graduation. Why am I talking about this call to action is because we are trying to raise money for this opportunity. It's going to fund itself. So to sponsor a student, it would be $35. So you can sponsor more than one student. You can make a a sponsored level donation. Those will be released a little bit later. But this would allow our students to feel celebrated. And I think this would be a great opportunity to do so. Higher education is really under fire right now. So the Gantt Center is no longer able to host this event. But CBAC felt like it was necessary to continue this event on for our students. So that $8,000 that we're trying to raise would help us put this on. Each sponsorship would go straight to this event. So please feel free on the next slide. You can go ahead and do that today. If you want to make your donation, you can do that today. You can scan this code. And you can make sure you can sponsor a student, whatever donation you feel led, at least a minimum of 35, so we can sponsor each student, so no student has to pay for this celebration, so they can ultimately feel celebrated. But also, like I said, I do have mentorship needs from our alumni, so please feel free to reach out to me at that email, CBAC, Student Engagement Committee, and I would love to engage with you. But I'm so grateful for this opportunity to represent all students, whether that's graduate and undergraduate, but I would love your support and engagement for our upcoming and call to action, which is Donning of the Kente. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ashley. And congratulations on nearly graduating from Clemson and getting right into the thick of alumnihood. And that's exactly the cycle that we want to perpetuate, is students instantly getting involved with the Clemson Black Alumni Council. And we do that by supporting them when they're students. So at this time, we'll move along with the presentation. You see it's 7:30. You see I have a timer. We want to be respectful of everyone's time. So we're going to try to continue to push through and get you out of here by 8 o'clock. So at this time, we'll have a presentation from our athlete and alumni, student and alumni athlete engagement committee, being presented by Kevin Youngblood.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Definitely appreciate your time for coming out this evening. Again, I'm Kevin Youngblood. I graduated from 2003, THRD major. Fun fact about myself, I'm a banana pudding expert. You know, when you put the whipped cream in there, when you get the vanilla wafers. Some people use vanilla wafers, but when you reach a certain level, you got to use the chessman cookie. So I'm a chessman cookie expert. So next slide. Our goal, to build strong connections and camaraderie with former Clemson Black athletes while bridging the connections to Black athletes. One of the things what we're doing, we're connecting with Paul Journey. Paul Journey was created by Jeff Davis, along with some of the fellow communicators, Josh Watson, Joel Davis. Their leadership initiative that holistically develops Clemson football scholarship athletes through professional growth, life skills, and professional development. Some of the things that they do, they help them with interviewing skills, dressing for an interview, and certain interesting things like that. Now let's talk about Black History Month. If it wasn't for the majority of these people, we wouldn't be here today. The first Black football player, Marion Reeves, Irmo, South Carolina, 1970. The first Black scholarship athlete, Craig Mobley, basketball player, 1969. The first Black student, Mr. Harvey Gant, 1963. The first Black woman on campus, Lucinda Broadley. The first Black to complete all 4 years and was in the band, Mr. Larry Nasri. Personal favorite of mine as well, the first Black student to earn a PhD, Mr. James Bostic, 1972. Let's talk about student engagement. One of the things that we're planning to do, meet with students accordingly that's interested to talk about the subjects of interest. Clemson life, mentorship, social media life. Also, would you want to connect with a CBAC member? We're here to help. At one point in time, we always in the same seat that you're in. Next slide.
I know that. That's what subject? Oh, science.
As you know, this past year, CBAC celebrated its first annual Classic Golf Tournament. It was at the club at Brookstone in Anderson, South Carolina. For this being our first golf tournament, we had over 50 players, we had sponsors, We had food, we had prizes, and we had fun. Definitely was a good time. Definitely looking forward for the next one. Next slide. Call to action. How do we continue to build our pipeline through CBAC? Please, for more information, reach out to me directly. You have my information there. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Kevin. Alrighty, we're almost there. At this time, we're going to bring up Shantae Crew, who is going to speak to everyone about our area representative recruitment strategy as well. And I'm going to mute whoever that is. Perfect. Thank you. You can take it from there.
Hi, everybody. I'm Shantae. As you can see from my title, I came to Clemson, graduated from Clemson in '03. My major, of course, is history, secondary education. So I am a teacher. I'm from the upstate of South Carolina. When I came to Clemson Career Workshop, I was probably the shortest person there, a big 4'11". I was nicknamed Stumpy from one of our alums, Eric, 6'9". And when I came to Clemson, they just started calling me Stump. So it doesn't refer to a tree stump, it refers to me. Yes. I am your chairperson for the area reps. And our goal is to just grow alumni engagement across the board, not just in Clemson, not in just South Carolina, but any other places where we can create geographical chapters. I see we got a lot of people in the Low Country, Florence and Charleston, Charlotte. Our three main goals or upcoming goals, one of them is to have mainly a national CBAC day, which actually will go into kind of the community service. We're more than just football. We're more than just homecoming. Let's get active in our communities with different community projects that we can do throughout. And we would have a day where we would come together and do some type of community service project in our respective area. Another one is just networking events in general, not just with alums, but with other people in the communities, building those networks, those communication lines. Um, Also, that's going to just reach down and help some of those students that are about to graduate. Maybe some of us that want to change working fields, but getting some of those networking opportunities together. And then here comes the fundraising part, which you can actually embed into those networking opportunities. Just trying to support some of the initiatives that we are trying to put out, such as the donning of the kente, maybe doing some fundraisers, events, networking fundraiser events that would help that initiative as a whole. So for our call to action, if you would like to be a part of this organization as far as the area reps and you want to be an area rep, please make sure that you contact me. Even if you don't want to be an area rep, just join some of the Facebook groups. There's a lot of things going out there. Some of the simplest things you can do is just sharing some posts and different things that we have of that nature. Just getting involved, putting a face out there in the community so that they know Clemson is just not about football. And that there are other people in the area that will support them and different things of that nature. So just shoot me an email if you would like to start a chapter. Also get in touch with me and we can get you in the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shantae. I'm excited to see what new subgroup will exist. Maybe Clemson, Nebraska will show up and show out. But who knows? We'll see what happens from there. Alrighty, at this time, we're going to welcome up the beautiful Arlena Hawthorne, who will speak to everyone about community service engagement opportunities. So you can take it from here, Arlena.
Well, thank you, Kiana. Well, good evening, everyone. So excited that you're joining us this evening. Well, I'm Arlena Hawthorne, class of '90, financial management, and I reside here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. I see some Charlotte folks that are coming in. That just really, the hairs on the back of my neck are standing up now because we're ready to get busy, guys. So, fun fact about me: participated on adult competitive jazz and tap team, dance team that ended up winning a national. And it was started out a group of moms just sitting in the car, just waiting on their kids to finish up dance practice. So, but we were like, we can't sit idle. So we got together, formed a team, and hey, it led to us competing with them. So, it was fun. But anyway, next slide. So community service engagement. So what we like to do is really our mission is to foster community service, not only at homecoming, but throughout the year. We have so many chapters that you just heard about that are established, and we hope to get more, but we want to mobilize in a way that we can show up and show out in all of these areas, that we can bring our alumni together, not only to make an impact in our communities, but also just to build relationships and networks. So we see a lot of this going on at homecoming, but we want to make sure that we can do this throughout, in our regional areas. So we'll be aligning certainly with our area representatives to come up with different ways to uplift and expand our access and footprint throughout, the country, and maybe, it'll expand worldwide. Who knows where we'll end up? But we want to foster advocacy and create strategic partnerships that will certainly lead to a lot of impact in the community. Next slide. Community service. So some of our initiatives here that we have here is, one, I spoke of impact and equity. We want to create initiatives that drive, education, foster, housing and health and economic empowerment. This year at homecoming, we had a voter registration, and last year too as well, that really made an impact. We actually registered some students. So we want to see these type of initiatives that are going on throughout, our areas that we actually reside in. We actually did the Paul Pantry as well. Student youth advancement. And this committee, as I would say, will work and align with other committees that we have strategically, like your student engagement committee, to come up with different ways to support our students as well. Maybe having some send-offs in our area and things of that nature, and getting our students, to meet our alumni in our areas. Alumni engagement and leadership. This is another, we want to see our alumni partner with other alumni to create any opportunities like social events. And again, building those relationships in our community. MLK Day is coming up this weekend. So for those of you in Charlotte, reach out to me, because there are several things that are going on. Last year, we went out to the Gantt Center. We actually, learned a lot about our history, and we met other alumni. So again, we want to come out and have some social events too as well, that also with that. So legacy, culture, and institutional pride. So being a Black alumni at Clemson, we have a lot of weight on our shoulders. And as you heard, the first that went here, we want to continue that legacy by showing up and being visible in our communities. We have so many alumni that are doing amazing things, and we want them to show up. We want to work together so we can come together, create a framework, again, that we're honoring and our alumni, and so that the new students can actually see what we're doing out here in this community service and engaging them too as well. And strategic partnerships. We know it's very important to work collectively. Next slide. This clock is really moving fast. I think they really speeded it up on me, guys. But here's a list of community service events and ideas, right? All the way from January and December. So these, I said Martin Luther King. We have December all the way fundraising, but these are just some ideas of what we can actually do to come together to make some community service impact in our areas. And certainly at homecoming too, there is a call to action always at homecoming, because we have a service project. But again, we want to start to being more visible in our community, so that we can grow, and we can, and other alumni can see us, as well as students. If they see us out in the community and we're serving, that actually creates a pipeline of what the students are seeing, and to engage them to as well, as we look forward to engaging students to actually become students at Clemson. They want to see us show up and in the things that we're doing. So here's just a list of things that we've done before in the past. We've collected supplies. We've, you've heard, I think it was Nina saying tonight in the newsletter, we want to begin to honor our alumni and the excellence that we represent. Next slide. And call to action. Again, I was kind of saying this along. It's really just to get involved. Get involved wherever you are, whether small, whether large, raise your hand. You can be a leader on a project or service project in your area. Reach out to myself or any one of the board members here. They'll share their information. If something comes up and you really have a passion for it, reach out to those folks in your area to come up with different ideas for folks to contribute, I'd say their time, their talent, and their resources, certainly, so that we can, again, make impacts wherever we're serving in our communities. So we're creating and showing up for the next generation of our Black leadership here. Join us by, posting on our social media. I know we'll probably talk about that too as well. Any things that are going on in your area, just to be visible so that we can kind of know what's going on and have that communication throughout. So if there's anything that you need from me, please reach out to me, and I'll try to get you to the right place. But we want to make sure that we engage you on some projects and that we can get out and get involved. So I think that's it.
I think that's about it. And the timing is impeccable. So thank you so much, Arlena, and to all of our other presenters. We wanted to be as efficient as possible. So that's why we wanted to give everybody an opportunity to share questions in advance so that we can answer them. I can imagine that you now probably have a couple of questions. And again, we'll share contact information so that you can direct those questions to each one of the committee members that would be most appropriate. But we're going to go through some of the questions that were shared really quickly, and then go ahead and close up tonight's meeting. So one of the first questions that came up was they want to know how they can just get particularly involved and what the cost of membership dues were. And so we were intentional to hopefully answer some of these questions throughout the presentation, but CBAC is welcome to alumni wherever you live. Our committees, our programs, and meetings, they might be in person, virtual, or hybrid to try to accommodate everyone. And alumni are encouraged to participate in and support student and alumni engagement, mentoring, professional development, communications, fundraising, and event planning, no matter where you are. So hopefully everybody is feeling empowered to know, okay, this is something that's really important to me, or this is where I feel like I can lend my talents towards. And now you don't have to pay $1 to do it. So hopefully that is encouraging.
You don't have to pay $1 to do it right now.
Spoken from our membership committee chairperson. And everyone here who graduated from Clemson, I'm sure, had to take some level of finance or econ. And we know that it takes money to do things, resources, especially in times like now. So being able to have the resources to do things is a privilege. And we are not lost on the fact that many of you have, from homecoming to other initiatives, donated your time, talent, and treasure to make these things happen. So again, do we charge membership dues? Not at this time. Participation is open to all Clemson Black alumni, but financial support is always welcome, but it's never required to be involved. Again, it takes money to do things, and so your resources are not in vain. We appreciate you. The next question was around, is there an active chapter in Columbia? And so that could, Columbia, you could fill in the blank for anywhere. Is there a chapter in Cross? We're about to start the Cross chapter. But CBAC is actively seeking volunteers to help us plan and execute programs and events in cities across the U.S. Historically, we've had active groups in different areas, such as Columbia. There was a Charleston and Low Country group, Charlotte, Atlanta, and the DMV. I think COVID might have kind of come in and allowed these groups to sort of disperse. But now is the time for us to re-energize these groups. Let's get together for service. Let's get together for game days. Let's get together to celebrate the new Clemson students that are coming through your areas. So we are looking to now explore new areas. If you're interested in volunteering or participating in a regional group, contact our alumni representative, contact who is Nina Dunlap and Shantae Crew. Again, that information with their contact will be shared following this meeting. The next question was around events. Are there going to be any other events between now and the next homecoming? How can we get involved and volunteer? And the answer to that is yes. CBAC plans to host a mix of virtual and in-person events and programs, as you've heard this evening. Volunteering is easy. Simply complete the interest form that we have to indicate your interest, and we'll connect you to the right opportunities. So to stay involved, we want everyone to, if you haven't already, join our private Facebook group and to follow us on social media. Those are the ways that we're looking to kind of stay connected on a day-to-day basis, and to continue to share out information. We have a form that you'll see a QR code as well as the link, and then obviously we'll share it out. But really tonight, if you feel called to say, I would love to raise my hand and share my expertise because I do project management work and I want to share that. I would love to be able to get started with galvanizing people in the Cross, South Carolina area. I have to say Cross a million times, so y'all get that we're the best city in the state. Nonetheless, we will get that information from you via that survey, and all of our engagement committee members are going to be reviewing that information and make sure we get back to you so that you can join us in meetings and you can join us in planning and getting things done. The next question was around how can we support student tuition costs and the Donna de Kente ceremony and other programs. You can support CBAC student program scholarships and the annual Donna of the Kente ceremony by making a donation that uses our QR code to Zelle. The opportunity for sponsorship and volunteer support are also available. You'll see there's information for our treasurer on the last slide for contact, Mr. Kendrick Johnson. And if you want to talk a little bit more about where it's best to send your funds, or you have a business and you would like to, do some level of corporate sponsorship, we welcome that, and we can have him talk you through how you get that money, if you need to send a check or things like that to get that going. Is there a group me or a group chat? So currently we're using Facebook. It's been around for a while. I think it's almost 3,000 people in there, so that we are able to share information. And during homecoming this year, we instituted a WhatsApp group so that we can share information a little bit quickly. We understand that there might be a need for something a little more chatty. And so we're going to put in our survey a question and try to figure out what is the best chat option for everyone. Because in a world full of WhatsApp, GroupMe, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, you name it, we just want to find out where people are and what might be the best channel to communicate. Is there a CBAC database of alumni, and how are we keeping track of each other? I think that Wendy did an excellent job to share that we are in the process of creating that process to get that information updated monthly, to sort of learn more about, what people are doing, where are they located, and being able to use that information to get everyone connected. So please stay on the lookout for that information being sent out. When it comes out, try to fill it out, send it to your roommate, send it to your line sister, send it to your study buddy from college, and let them know that we're looking to get connected with everybody and to share information with them. And the next question was around having more engagement calls in the future. Nina, we having more calls in the future? Absolutely. So CBAC engagement calls are now part of our ongoing strategy to stay connected, transparent, and responsive. We're planning to host these calls regularly, and we'll tailor them based on our alumni feedback. So tonight was a real test. I hope that we passed the test with you all, and getting the information and getting you out of here by 8 o'clock. And then hopefully sharing some things of value that have you thinking about how you can get engaged. So we're going to go ahead, have final remarks, adjourn, and get out of your hair. The very first order of business is the interest form. So again, if you feel inclined to get involved, to be a speaker, to raise your hand to help with the committee, we have this form at this QR code and this link. It will be shared out via email to everyone as well following the call. And we say, hey, let us know how you want to be involved. This is your chance to tell us how you would like to be involved. You've heard about the Donna Another Kente. You've heard about how we can galvanize within our regions. You've heard about community service opportunities. You've heard about MLK, which is just next week. Raise your hand. We want to hear from you, and we look forward to working with you. So that is the first order of business. And as we promised, you get to connect with us. So we hope that you feel like you got to meet us, and you feel comfortable in reaching out to us and know who to reach out to for each of the specifically outlined targets that we have for the year. So all of our engagement and membership contacts are listed on this sheet. Go ahead, write it down, or it's going to be sent to you via email. So no worries there. And lastly, our executive board contacts. So Kelly Whitaker, our president, as well as our vice president, Ms. Sonia, and our treasurer, Kendrick. Like I said, if you have any questions about how you can give, Kendrick is going to be your main contact for that. So that brings us to our last slide with 4 minutes to spare. I want to say thank you. I want to say, let's keep the conversation going. Please, if you're not already connect with us on social media. We have our private Facebook group, Clemson Black Alumni Council, as well as a page. We also have our Clemson CBAC Instagram page, and we also have a Clemson Black Alumni LinkedIn page. And I know that there's also formally a group that's there as well. Please get connected. We will continue to share as much valuable information as possible. We want to encourage you to also share. So share your good news, share the things that you're doing. Make a post that says, hey, everybody, I'm in Raleigh. I'm looking forward to connecting with people at the MLK event that's happening down the street. I said Raleigh, but I actually should have said Raleigh. If you get that. I hope you laugh a little bit.
No. So you're going to have to get in the same bucket with Chad.
Oh, I'm so
No.
sorry. Okay.
No. But instead of us talking about food is this like Raleigh, can we take the last 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes and let any of the people who aren't on the board say anything they'd like to say before we close this out?
Well, I appreciate you, Wendy. Absolutely. I got a couple of things that I need to point out as well. So when you're going online, if there's a homepage, it's being under construction, but this is where you would be able to find us via the Clemson Clubs page. The page, again, is under construction, but hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we're able to announce, and that's another central hub of all the information that we're going to share this evening. And if you are feeling froggy, there's a little bit of information there now, but please don't check because it's still under construction. I also will be remiss if I didn't just very quickly, she's going to hate me for doing this, but our Clemson Alumni Association rep is also joining us, and she helped us to make this meeting possible. If you've been to Clemson recently, you probably have seen her. She's been working at Clemson for a couple of years, but her name is Allie Friend, and she's in the chat. But Allie has been a strong advocate for us and helping us to get so much accomplished. So drop a little heart or some applause in the chat for Allie. Allie, I don't know if you want to say anything, but I'm going to give you an opportunity to, if you would like to.
Yeah, my camera's off because I'm kind of in between meetings right now, but just so many props to this group, the leadership, for continuing the momentum, for being such strong advocates for the Clemson Black alumni population. They maintain great communication with our office. They make me really proud to be their staff liaison. I get to work with all of our affinity and identity-based groups, and it's just such a pride point for me when I see these groups thriving, when I see these groups stepping out of their comfort zones to try new things, not being afraid to take chances on new events, new programming, new ideas. So, I'm just thrilled to see the turnout tonight. Can't wait to see what the next chapter is for CBAC. I'll drop my contact information in the chat, and then y'all can add it to the follow-up as well. I'm here to help with whatever I can in the terms of alumni engagement. So if you've got an idea for your local area, but you're just not sure how to execute it, if you want to get in contact with Clemson students, but you're not sure how to do that, drop me a line. I'm not in the business of trying to say no. I will do whatever I can to support you and your ideas. Thank you all for your time tonight, for logging on an evening, and go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Thank you so much,
Tigers.
Ellie. Kelly and Nina, any last thoughts from you all as our leads as well?
This is Kelly. Thank you all for attending. A big shout out to Kiana and Nina for pulling this together and their teams. I'm excited that so many folks have shown up this evening. And please know that we will have more opportunities to engage with you, give you an opportunity to speak, to give your voice. And but hopefully tonight, accepting our ability to be able to share out. And do know that the next opportunity, we would love to have you guys to share and speak and ask more questions for us. But do know you can always reach out to us at any time.
Yeah, I kind of second that with Kelly, and I just want to thank everybody who helped out with this call. Every speaker that was on this call, I really appreciate you all. Thank you for making this call a huge success. And for anyone who, like I said, if you are interested in, engaging with us and volunteering with us, please reach out to us. I am available. I'm really responsive. So, just let me know.
Lovely. And just as another reminder, everything that was shared here will be shared with you. So don't feel bad. I want you to feel the urge to make sure you fill out that interest form and to reach out with the questions. Reach out and give us feedback around the information that was also shared this evening as well. So again, we look forward to staying connected with you. Thank you all for being here. Happy New Year. And we will see you all on the next engagement call. And hopefully in the spring for maybe a ring ceremony or something. And then we'll get together next fall for homecoming. And all of the other things that are in between. So looking forward to seeing you. Have an awesome evening and go Tigers.
Hey, before we get off, Kiana, Monica Colbert had a question. She said, is the attendee list available to all so we can begin to network together?
It's a beautiful question. Yeah, we'll figure out how to wrap this all up in a bow about who was here and going from there.
We may have some privacy issues that we need to cover first, but we will definitely do our best to share out what we can with permission, of course.
Absolutely. All righty. Thank you all. Have a beautiful rest of your evening and week.
Go Tigers.
Yeah, go Tigers.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Bye, Monica.